Hello, my name is Drew Hunt, and I'd like to welcome you to IMD 133, Beginning Web Design for the Fall 2020 semester. This course is 100% online, and if you've made it to this page here, you're logged into our Blackboard course shell, and you're ready to get started. So I've got a few videos for you this week, and then quite a few others in the lectures and tutorials. But the first thing you want to do here for this first week of class, it's August 17th, 2020 through the 23rd. You want to watch these three videos, and these links will be filled in obviously when you're watching this probably. But the first one is just going to give you a little introduction to who's teaching the class, and then you're watching this second one. I'm going to give you the course instructions, and then I've got another one on the first week's assignments, and then also kind of what we're going to be learning this semester, and I'll go over the syllabus. So that one will be the longest one to watch, but these three will give you a good idea of how the course is going to be structured this semester, what's going to be required of you, and what we're going to be learning. So in this video, I'll keep this one fairly brief. I want to take you through the links on the left-hand side and show you how the course is set up. So the first thing is that I want you to get into the habit of logging in every Monday morning. So I'm going to get the weekly updates posted a couple days, usually before Monday, sometimes over the weekend. But what you want to do is log in every Monday morning, or anytime during Monday the day Monday is okay. But your updates will be posted. So that's one thing I try to do is get these updates to you at exactly the same time every week, because I don't want you to guess, when's he going to update the course, when's he going to be in there, putting all the new content. So it's a very consistent approach to online learning, is that you're going to get these updates from me. Now, sometimes I will post content throughout the week, but if I do that, I will tell you that on Monday. I'll say something like, well, a video is coming on Wednesday, so you'll know to go back in there and check, so you don't have to guess when the updates are going to come. And then the other thing is I structure the course on a week-by-week basis. So that means the weeks run Monday through the end of the day on Sunday, and then the next week starts. And that's how the modules are structured. So I'll take you through these links here. I'll show you kind of what I'm talking about, but I'm not going to go into the content in this video. That'll be the next video. I'll just show you what it's going to look like and what you need to do. So after you've logged in Monday, you're going to get an announcement, and you'll get a short YouTube video just like this from me, and it's going to show you the updates. So that's the other thing that I found works well, is that instead of just reading all the content and directions, I'll show you what's been updated, and then I'll talk about projects and what I'm looking for. I might give you example files from previous semesters, show you websites, things like that. So you'll get that in a short YouTube video. I usually keep them 5-10 minutes each week, and then you have a better idea of what I want you to work on. So you get your new announcement, and then you watch your video, and then the first thing you do is you go to the weekly modules on the left-hand side. And then the weekly modules are again structured week by week. Now usually I just release these 1 week at a time. As we get after around the Thanksgiving break, sometimes I'll release them 2-3 at a time if you want to finish up a little bit early. But generally I try to keep everybody on schedule on a week by week basis. So you'll get a new module each week. So August 17th through the 23rd, you want to go ahead and access that. And then this is structured as you see right here in this little outline. So it's going to say week 1, 2, 3, 4 each week. And you're going to work through the following tasks. So this gives you the directions for this week. Again, I talk about these directions in a video, so you don't have to guess what I'm talking about. It's going to tell you what the course material is, but I don't put all the material in one module here. I usually put it in like the lecture links, the tutorials. I've tried that before. You may have had other courses where every single thing is in one little folder. To me, that gets a little confusing because there's so much content in there. So what I do is I give you the directions in the module, and then I put the actual content, which consists of a lot of videos for you. I put that in the lecture links and the tutorials. But it's easy to find because if you look at the lecture links, it has a corresponding week. So if you go into the weekly modules, you'll see the 17th through the 23rd. You know that you go to the lectures and the tutorials and you get the same week. So you won't ever be confused on what goes where because it's structured week by week. So back to the module, you'll see, if you go to the lectures, it'll tell you that there is a new lecture. I do that because occasionally I do not post a new lecture. Maybe I only post tutorials. So then I might say, well, I've got no new lecture videos this week, but I do have new tutorials. So you want to check that out. The tutorial link shows you or tells you that you can find new tutorials in that link on the left-hand side. And then W3 Schools, that is our textbook. It's like our free online textbook, so we're going to be using that. So I'll tell you to check that out. And then if you have any homework projects, so for this week, I'll give you the directions on what I want you to do. And then the projects, no project yet, but if I did have a project assigned, you would go to the projects link on the left-hand side. So that's your first step. Go to the weekly modules and read through that. Your next step would be to begin working on the actual course content, learning the HTML, the CSS, the web design. So you can start with the lecture links, and I'll have more lecture links in the beginning of the semester because I do want to give you more background and overview of the field and the languages and the software, things like that. So you'll see that I have 2 introductory lectures. There's one I'm working on for the first day of class. I'm not finished with it yet, but it's a general web design overview. And then I've got another lecture accessing W3 Schools and lynda.com and other resources. So these will take you to a separate pop-up tab. I didn't want to replace your Blackboard shell, so they will open up a new tab. It's an unlisted YouTube link. You can view it on your phone or anywhere, but that's how you get to the videos. Alright, next one on here, the tutorials. This is where the bulk of your course content is going to exist. So again, it has a corresponding week. So just 1 week activated right now to get everybody started. I've got a couple videos on creating your first page and then your directions specifically for the W3 School site. But all of the actual content that you're looking at right here, I'll talk about that more in the last video that you'll see in the announcements. Okay, so you'll be working on your tutorials. Again, that's probably going to take the most of your time. Once we get a couple weeks into the semester, then I'll have a project for you and it'll be posted here. You'll turn your projects in through Blackboard and you'll create zip files of your website folders and turn that in and upload it, and then I grade that and then you get your feedback that way. So everything is done within Blackboard. The discussion board is exactly what it sounds like. I've got an introductory discussion to get started this week, just introducing yourself. The syllabus, I'll go over that in the next video. The software information, same thing. I'll talk more about that in the next video, but I wanted to remind you, you don't have to buy anything for this course. Everything that I'm using is free to download and websites and everything. Exams, we will have 2 exams this semester, a midterm exam and a final exam. Both will be online. They're a little more like maybe like a traditional open book type of exam that you might take. So you will have like a set amount of time, but you will be able to access other browser windows and notes and things like that. So I'm not that concerned about you trying to memorize everything and coding. I more want to test what you have learned. And if you get the basic concepts, things like that, it'll be like multiple choice, true, false, short answer questions. There'll be a midterm and a final. You don't have to come to campus for that. Once we get into the semester, there'll be my grades. Obviously, you'll be the only one who can see that, but that'll be where you'll get the comments and the feedback from me. And then we do have an online tutoring service here, last link on the left-hand side. It is new. We did roll it out last semester, but I'm not entirely sure how it worked. I'll show you how to access it, and then you can try it if needed. Let me know if you have any problems with it. I would right-click on it and open it in a new tab or a new window, because if you go to it from within Blackboard, you can't really get out of it. So I'll click on this one. It's a new tab over here. And then what you would want here would be reserve an appointment. So we don't have drop-in tutoring for web and graphic design. And then these are other types of tutoring that you probably wouldn't need for this class. So you would do reserve an appointment. So click book now, and then it's going to open up, let's see, schedule a session over here on the right hand side. And then you can select the online tutoring, and you can probably figure all this out from here. And then they've got 2 categories here that would pertain to our class. There's Adobe software, which we're not going to be using much Adobe software, but anyone listed as a tutor for this should be able to help you with HTML and CSS as well. There's also markup and programming languages, but if you choose that, there's not a specific HTML, but again, anyone who knows these scripts or these programming languages should know HTML, so you might select like the PHP one, and then you could get some help that way as well. So if you select that, and then there's only one tutor listed for that, and then the times available, and you can book a time. So again, I have not heard much about this service, but it is something new that's available for you that you could consider if you do need any help. Now obviously I am available to help you if you have problems, but if you need more than that, like a regular tutoring, then this is a possibility. So that's pretty much it for an overview of the links and kind of how the course works and everything. So I think the main thing you want to do is kind of get into the habit of logging in every Monday morning and sort of identifying what you need to do each week, watch the new video that I record for you, and then begin working through the links on the left hand side. So that's it for this video. You're watching this second one here, and then watch the last one. It's the long one that talks more about the assignments and the course material and the syllabus and everything.